Building websites won't get you hired, and let me explain why. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you on the effective ways on how to get hired effectively as a software developer as you're upskilling yourself into the person that you wanted to be. So, in today's video, let's get started. Number one, the most obvious part is that people decided not to build real world projects. Beginners decided to learn front end language in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, and building these basic websites in a calculator app or a project app or to do app. These are beneficial and can actually understand your knowledge, but these won't help you get hired effectively. And let me explain why. Number one is that those projects that anyone can be watching from YouTube can also be building these projects, meaning that it's obvious and anyone can be hired during that time. And number two, those are the projects that contain the front end language in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and just wouldn't able to build the next step further along the line. Number two, there is no real world website complexity. How comes you build a website and you notice that it doesn't include nothing? It's just a regular website that you have built. Who are you building it for? What is the purpose? What the features are you going to include? Those are the questions you need to know because most people decide to build basic websites that don't really mean much, but doing it because they enjoy. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but if you want to get hired effectively by recruiters and understand that that website is real world, then build websites that involves API connection and API requests with simple basic backend development to ensure that with complex backend development, including websites such as an e-commerce or a workout app, any website that solves problems towards clients or builds out the business. Also forgot to mention is business inefficiencies. Number two, the biggest problem, you're not typically job ready. When you're building websites, you have to think of these three questions of what employers are looking for. What if your website crashes and gets into debugging errors? What if an website doesn't include an API call? Or what if an API call doesn't work? An employer would able to hire developers or professional developers in these roles before you understand these roles. So this is important for developers to understand how to debug errors effectively. So employees can't just hire random developers to do their job for them because within the company they need experienced developers that have experience building websites or actually self-taught learner who knows all the stuff that they require. So these questions that you need to understand. I have realized this earlier before whilst I was applying for jobs. I looked into the job description and noticed that you got to have this experience, you got to have this degree in whatnot. But in reality, all you need is able to debug, problem solve, and be more critical in understanding these errors using your critical thinking skills. So, what are the tips and the tools that you need to get hired effectively? So, most importantly, you should build projects, but not just basic ones, but real world projects that can get you hired. I want you to understand all the basic tools first before diving into building an actual project. So, for example, if you're building an e commerce website, you need to understand the PayPal tools and the API calls in understanding finance or building a database that enables you to do the crude method and building the front end management tools to ensure that all workflows are effective and efficient in the way that your website is efficient. And also, building websites can get you hired, but anyone can do this in the era of AI since it can automatically build it for you. But one thing you need to have is that you have to have any critical thinking skills and able to analyze through what you're building through and be able to understand within the system that who are you going to build for? What is your purpose for building that website? Who are you going to build it for? Are you going to build it to that client, or are you going to launch that website to the Play Store or App Store if you're building a mobile app? So those are the questions that you need to think of what you're building if you want to get hired effectively. You follow through tutorials, you built out different websites, you even built a portfolio website to stand out the crowd, but you still can't get hired by recruiters. Here's why. Because building a website isn't enough. I learned this through the hard way. Employers want to see candidates through problem solving skills, all of the transferable and technical skills they have in problem solving, debugging skills, how to able to handle complex issues when arising, staying under pressure. Those are the things or the tools that employers are looking for. They aren't just looking for people who know how to build websites. They are looking for people who are more technically minded and can get the job done. That's it. Simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit a like. If you're new, please subscribe, comment, turn on your notification bells so you don't miss a video. I'll continue on in my next video. Take care and peace.